Hi, my name is Shannon Loriot and I'm a scientist here at LI-COR, and today I'm going to go through how you would view data that you have logged on your console. To be able to view data that you previously logged, you can go and open it on the instrument. So if I go to Tools, View Log Files, and then navigate to the folder that I have my data saved, you might want to sort your data. If you want to find your most recent files at the top, you can use the date modified, and you can sort by ascending or descending. And you can see here the data that I would like to choose. When I close my data file, it created two files for me. One that's my generic text file, and the other one that is an Excel version. When you're viewing data on the instrument, you need to only check the text file. It will not open the Excel version properly. So find the file you want to open and say load. It will bring you into a window that looks like this. From here, you can look at the header information and have it sort that information into columns for you. However, let's just hop over to the data tab and we'll be able to take a look at our data. Because we have a limited view on the screen, we have a way to be able to sort the data by groups. And so if you know the group that you want to view data for, you can check that and be able to look at it. So for instance, I'm going to check the gas exchange group, and in here you'll see I have time as well as my transpiration rate E, my carbon assimilation rate A, and if I scroll over, I can see some of my other gas exchange parameters as well. And so this is one way that you can take a look at the data by selecting the group you want to see and then using your scroll bars. You'll notice at the top you can also filter your file. If you have a really long file that has many observations, you can decide which observations you would like to look at. If you have collected a lot of data and maybe you just want a subset of that data, you can use this last column and tell it how many observations you want the instrument to pull out of the data file. So we can look at the data in tabular form like this. We can also graph our data. So if I pop over to my graph tab, you can see here we can set up X, Y, and our right Y axis as well. So for this experiment, let's go ahead. This was a CO2 response curve. So on the x-axis, let's go ahead and choose our CI variable, which I know is in my gas exchange group, and choose CI. And for my left axis, I'm going to choose also gas exchange. And for this one, I'm going to choose A, or my carbon assimilation. And there you can see my data from this file, A plotted versus CI. You could also add something on the right axis as well if you like. I did collect fluorescence at the same time. So if I go to my fluorometer group, I should be able to find ETR. And there you go. ETR is plotted. You can also change your symbols if you like. If you want a parameter on or off, you can select that. Or if instead of a symbol, you'd rather have lines instead of symbols, you can do that as well. So this is just a quick way of being able to see the data while you're there in the field, and maybe if one of these values was offset from the rest, you would be allowed to go in and recollect data to make sure you've got the points you need. If you want to just see the data that you have plotted, the last tab allows you to see just a subset of those values. So if you're trying to pick off a value that might look strange, you could more easily find that data here. And that is kind of the basics of being able to view data that you've logged on the instrument. You can also have this running while your data file is open. You don't necessarily have to only choose log files that have been closed. You can be plotting data in your log file as you go this way as well. Obviously, it's nicer to use the measurements tab to be able to see the real-time data. But if you want to see the actual data in your file, this is the way you would go about it.
We have more technical support resources available on our website, but feel free to contact us or your local distributor if you have any questions.